And so on that, for those, I mean, most of my audience are kids that are in, or let's not call them kids, teens in high school. And, you know, data science is a buzzword that has been becoming more and more mainstream, but the day-to-day reality of what a data scientist does, I still feel is quite a black hole to many, many people. And so can you try and enlighten us? Tell us about the day-to-day world of what a data science job looks like.
Sure. As a data scientist, your one day will never be the same as your previous day because there's just so many things that a data scientist touch on. But if I were to cram everything of what I do into the day, it would sound something like I would start my day by having a meeting with a business stakeholder to find out what is keeping them up at night. Then I would go back to my desk, translate this usually qualitative business question into something a little bit more quantitative. Then I would start designing experiments and gather data
Give us an
to
example
prove.
of one of those, to make it more concrete for everyone. Give us an example of one of those problems that would keep a business leader up at night and how you would translate that from the qualitative to the quantitative.
So I was chatting to one of an HR tech startup, and they were seeing that some of the candidates keep going past to the initial interview, but some of the candidates keep getting left behind. And we were doing analysis on what the difference is, purely just based on their CV, because that is what usually the HR person in the company gets is just the CV. Mm-hmm. So we analyzed a bunch of the different CVs and realized that the CVs with professional photos seems to have a higher success rate than the ones who don't, or they have blurry images or photos of like Super Mario or funny aspect ratios. So the problem is that when we told them that, they're like, okay, no, that's great, but we don't have enough manpower to sift through these photos. So we asked if we can build a CV analyzer for them, CV photo analyzer as start, to kind of just have an automated response to tell the candidate, hey, your CV, you need to show both eyes, or your CV needs to be upright before you upload them, etc. Just to kind of help them to get that initial kick of, I am a professional person and I'm capable to be hired into a professional world.
Excellent. And so, because I can imagine, I'm sure many of the teens listening can attest to this, people don't always follow instructions. So even when the HR company said, please make sure your eyes are visible, you have a professional photo, people didn't always follow the instructions. So you need the machine then to come back and give them a response that says, sorry, that photo is not correct or not according to what we need. So you built that, that's amazing. And I'm sure, so other kinds of problems, you're generally sitting down with business leaders, you're analyzing what are their problems, getting them to then talk about those problems, and you then having to go back and figure out the quantitative side of that, what that means. And are you always building a program then to address that problem? Is that generally how the solution would work?
Yeah, so data science actually works in different type of phases. The first one is a very big analysis phase, and that portion is about really problem solving, is to ask a bunch of different questions and iterate with the business person to see, is this correct? Is this what you're expecting? And then once we hone down on that final detailed yes, we want a CV analyzer, then we'll start writing a software program to then kind of automate this entire process to make sure that it continuously generates value even when everybody is at sleep.
Okay.